Hey guys, welcome to Thompson Essentials. I'm Amy Thompson and this is my husband,
Scott Thompson.
Yes, welcome. We're so glad to have you on here today with us. And we just wanted to come on and just talk to you for a few minutes today about raising a healthy family. It's super important that we feel like we're sowing in some good seed into some really, really amazing kids coming up. This generation is doing amazing things already, but we want to continue to sow into them with great things. And what better way to do than to start with raising a healthy family? I just literally, that verse comes to me, raise up a child in the way it will go. When he gets old, he won't depart. So that verse just really resonates with my heart. But that being said, like, how can we as families raise up our kids in a healthy way? Most importantly, that verse points them back to raising them up and pointing them to Jesus Christ. We believe that pointing them back to the Lord is our number one goal as a parent. But let's talk about some ways we can do in our health that can help us raise them up correctly. So I was just going to let y'all come on here today and just listen in for a minute while Dr. Scott talks to you a little bit about chiropractic and what we do with chiropractic services.
Right, absolutely. And to piggyback on some things we've said prior, and we'll be saying forward, obviously nutrition, physical activity, exercise, all those things are important.
Absolutely.
But let's just say that we were taking a certain supplement and we needed obviously our body to digest that and absorb it and get nutrients from it. Or maybe it's even nutrition itself, a proper diet, or even exercise to help build your strength in your heart and lungs. Any of those functions are controlled by your brain and spinal cord. And where that bridges over into chiropractic is that chiropractic does not heal you of anything, but what it does do is it removes interferences in your spine, which could be keeping your body from being able to neurologically communicate, therefore heal itself. So what that happens to be is, for example, if you ate a real good, one of my favorites is a ketogenic diet, for example, it doesn't really matter how good of things you're putting in your body if the nerve supply from brain, spine to your digestive system can't break down and assimilate and absorb and utilize those nutrients, then it's all for naught. So that is very, very critical and key to us, like Ms. Amy was talking about, teaching our children in the way they should go and returning them back to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is primary. But close behind that is, in order to do anything for kingdom work in this earth, we need our help to do it on many fronts, right?
That being said, also another great thing that we can do, like he was saying, with chiropractic is we see a lot of babies when they're born, and people ask us all the time, people bring the chiropractor a baby to get adjusted? Absolutely. We love meeting our babies at the hospital at birth. We've been in the hospital room with multiple births and checked. Now, do we always adjust them right when they're born? We check them for subluxation at birth. Yes, we do, because the birthing process is super stressful on the body. So that stress starts all the way back, from the birthing process. And I mean, we even adjust moms while they're pregnant with their babies. But so moms bring them in, and it's so awesome to see those people that are out there and just really just walking out health from the beginning with their kids. Now their kids are 3 years old and they run into the office and they jump on the table because they want to fight mom to get ahead of her on the adjustment table, which is really cool.
Right. So a lot of people don't understand or wonder why would you be in a delivery room with a newborn and a mother? It's because they don't understand that birth is very stressful. And you can ask any mom, is birth stressful? Absolutely it is.
Yes.
And it puts a lot of stress on the baby just getting here. That's one of the strongest traumas a lot of us will ever face is just being born, right? So, and that's more than enough trauma to cause a subluxation to your spine, meaning the spine segment has shifted, putting pressure on your nervous system. Therefore, neurologically, your body can't communicate from brain to spinal cord out the way it's supposed to. So that could lead to things of a newborn having ear infections or possibly colic, or even later in life, because it doesn't change unless someone corrects it. So it could present itself months or a few even years down the road, and that could lead into asthmatic problems. It could lead into bedwetting. It could lead into a lot of things, right? It just depends on what part of the nervous system is affected. By no means are we saying that chiropractic cures those conditions or any other condition. What we are saying is that if there's pressure on your nervous system and you have a neurologic communication problem from brain to body, that part of your body, whatever part it is going to suffer as a result, right? So that's the biggest reason that we take care of children as soon as possible. And then all through adulthood, sports, etc. And even our oldest patient was 99, right? So it doesn't matter if you've had screws or rods or plates or surgeries in your spine. Obviously, it changes the delivery system, and no two patients are the same. There's always a different mechanism or way to adjust someone based on what condition they have or problems they have. If they have arthritis, whatever they have on their spine, it dictates the method in which and how you take care of that person, but it does not by any means imply that you can't take care of someone. You just change the delivery system and how it's done.
And I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, my kid is 4 or 5 years old, they've never been adjusted. They are not fixing to crawl up on the chiropractic table and get adjusted. Well, I just encourage you, moms, if you're getting adjusted, or even if you aren't, I encourage you to get adjusted. But as you bring your children into the office, then they feel comfortable with our chiropractor, with your chiropractor in your community where you live. Then that child will see that it is a safe place and it is safe and that it is a great thing. Kids are just really, really easy to get connected with. And if you get them in the right office where they have an office that has an atmosphere of, you know, children and just a friendly family atmosphere, those kids are not going to be scared to get adjusted.
Right.
We have kids come in all the time in all ages. And occasionally we'll get one that it takes a little time to warm up to the idea. But the more that you bring them in and have them around that atmosphere, it kind of becomes the new
and it's
norm
very,
for them.
It's very rare that they're not, that they want to do it because they don't really have any fear of it because
they don't have fear yet, mostly.
It's not like going to the doctor and getting a shot to them or dentistry is very, very important, but most children don't really like it, right? I'm not, by no means, dentistry is very important. But am I taking away from that? But once they realize that it's not,
there's nothing to fear. Once
that it's not painful or scary or whatever. Plus, also, oftentimes children, we take care of them in a play area.
Yeah.
Around toys and barns and other children and so on and so forth. So a lot of times that helps rather than being in a closed up, very doctor-y type setting of an exam room or something of that effect. That sometimes I believe creates a little anxiety amongst children.
Which, I mean, we've seen thousands of kids over the years. I mean, we've been doing this for 25 years and seen thousands.
Almost 26.
So, yeah, wow, that's crazy.
You're staying very young, but I, on the other hand,
come on now.
Moving along.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to be 25 forever. Okay, but I will say, like, we just kind of love kids in our office and they know it. So I would honestly rather be playing with the babies up front than anything.
Yes.
Did I say that out loud on camera?
Yes.
Anyway, that's my favorite part, the kids. Yep. I love the kids in the office.
Yep,
but
absolutely.
So that being said too, like giving them those chiropractic adjustments, just getting on the routine. Anytime kids do things in a routine and they're used to that routine, like nap time or feeding times, or they know, hey, this is our week to go see the chiropractor. We go to the chiropractor on Mondays. So it's just part of their norm, but also just getting them involved in the foods they eat. When I say that, literally, we have to be very intentional about what we feed them, but also showing them while we're feeding them, like what we're putting into it and having those conversations. Like, why are we putting stevia over here in our lemonade? And why are we making this healthier, whatever, what's that bread called? That one that everybody uses and loves, the healthy bread.
I don't like bread.
I don't make it, but the sourdough healthy bread, I know I got some mama friends that rock and roll with some of that delicious sourdough bread, organic flour and all the great ingredients. I'm not that girl, so don't ask me for the bread recipe, but I can get you some good recipes from some friends that do it. But that is another way, like just getting them in there and getting them involved in the kitchen. I know I love and have some sweet memories with my boys around the kitchen island, just making smoothies with them or letting them help me like cut things up, or sometimes it can kind of get a little annoying.
I forgot about that. That's how it got like it is.
What?
Over the weekend, guys.
Help me. I understand what you're about to say.
Yes. Everybody has become, as they've gotten older, we're almost about to have 3 in college. So the older ones now, if they catch you in the kitchen doing anything, they're no longer listening and learning, and I don't want to say they're not helping, but they're telling you what you need to do. They're correcting.
They're reminding me of the things that maybe I've forgotten, or maybe I've gotten off track a little bit, because we all get off track a little bit.
Why don't you do it like this?
But yes, yeah. And I even had a friend in the kitchen with me this weekend, and she said to me, oh girl, Queen, you got you some helpers. I said, yes, I do. And I'm so proud of them though, because they literally have taken what we have sown into them with nutrition, and they actually implement in their daily lives. Now they're in college. I don't really have to worry about what they're going to buy from the grocery store. I ain't saying they don't occasionally go get some things that are not healthy for them. Everybody has their little
by the way, that is fine.
That is fine.
What you do routinely every day is different than what you do occasionally.
That is something I really want to focus on. Do not allow yourself to feel guilty if you have a little treat. Like this weekend for 4th of July, we did really try to like do our healthy recipes as healthy as possible with friends in town. And one of our best friends' daughter has Crohn's, and I am going to feed her healthy if she's at my house. We were really trying to make things that were healthy. So like our ice cream, for instance, I made ice cream. And we used healthy ingredients. And we did the coconut milk, and we did all the healthier things in that ice cream. And I tried to make a little video. Maybe if you want that video, you can DM me or you can text me and I might share it with you. It's kind of cheesy per Joshua. He said I made a cheesy video. So I don't know about posting it on YouTube, but if you want my ice cream recipe, I will send you a comment to me, and I will be glad to send you it because it was delicious. It was coconut vanilla, but with vanilla beans, like real vanilla beans. And yes, stevia.
It was really good.
I did add a little, like I said, we want to do it the best we can. And I say we got it halfway right, but we did more than halfway right with the ice cream. But we did add a little cane sugar in there, but it was organic cane sugar, right? So of course, but we did the stevia with it, and then we did a little cane sugar in just because we wanted that good consistency for that ice cream so it would taste good, not just okay, right? You know, everybody wanted that delicious ice cream. So it was 4th of July. And then just
watermelon.
Yeah, watermelon.
It's just good to get
whole
fluid
food.
off you. Right?
Take your kids to the farmer's market. Let them go pick out the food. And they're feeling a part of that whenever they connect with the food that they're eating and they're getting it from the community that you live. It's just, there's just something about that like helps them really just take pride in what they're putting in their bodies too. And the grocery store. Don't leave your kids at home all the time and go to the grocery store. Literally used to take my kids to the grocery store, and I ain't gonna tell y'all it was fun because it was probably some of the worst experiences of my life. But like I said, they're now grown boys and they know how to eat healthy. In fact, I tried to completely let them know that it is okay to do a cheat meal every now and then with your toxicity foods. Like sometimes you're just not gonna get a grass-fed steak. You might be at a friend's house and their mama got the kind from Walmart. And you know what? It's gonna be delicious and you're gonna appreciate it and be thankful for it. So like I literally just have tried my best to teach them moderation is good, but what we do on a daily basis is what really, really is impactful that changes their mindset as far as what they're eating. So whenever they do go and make their own adult decisions one day, they remember, hey, mom made that tea with stevia, or she made that blah, 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 you know, our sodas were Zevia drinks. Like we do drink Zevia. Yes. We love Zevia. But if you won't find a Coca-Cola in my house, actually my family comes to town and they bring their Coca-Colas, by all means, we are not judging. That is what they love. But when they're gone, the Coca-Cola's gone, you know? So we try to have things that our guests love, but you know, we really just know that teaching them and raising them up and pointing them to the healthier foods, that's going to affect their lifestyles, and it's going to go on to that next generation. And that's what it's about, sowing into the next generation. So, I mean, that's really what we're here for, is to try to help encourage everyone to sow healthy seeds into their children.
Hey guys, if there's a specific topic you would like to hear about, let us know in the comments. We try to contact and respond to every comment you guys give us. But if there's something specific you'd like to hear about, like what do we think about? If you had to pick one single, which in the future I'd love to do a video on this. I am going to do a video on this. If I only had to take one single thing, I had to get only one thing I could choose. Mm-hmm. What element or nutritional value, supplement, what would that be? And I would put a hard case on magnesium. There's so many positive benefits to it. I want to dive into that today so it could be a long conversation. I want to dedicate a video to that too, by the way. It is very, very powerful. I don't know of a single person who couldn't benefit from using magnesium. And if there was one single supplement that I had to narrow down and say I can only have one, I'm choosing magnesium. And stay tuned in upcoming next episodes. We're going to talk about that exactly. But again, if there's anything specific you want to hear about, whether it be a supplement and should I be taking this or that? I've got this issue, this problem, this diagnosis. Should I take this or that? Whatever it is, from exercise to a supplement to anything, let us know in the comments and we'll be happy to address that.
Right. And teaching our families to just get outdoors. Getting outdoors is so important. That playtime. Yes, in your bare feet. So we'll
talk about that too in upcoming videos.
Yeah.
What? Why do you got to be outside in your bare feet? The grounding is not just,
hocus pocus.
No,
I used to think, that's weird, like hocus pocus, like weird.
Yeah. It's only weird because we don't do it anymore. And for enough years we haven't. So it's kind of gotten off kilter or a little bit odd, but it's definitely not odd. I grew up on a farm. We live on a farm now, and I grew up barefooted, running around following my grandpa through peanut fields. So, but there's a lot to be said, and we'll talk more specifically about that too. What exactly is there, or is there anything to this idea of grounding? How can that benefit me, or does it benefit me at all, right? Or is it just some old wives' tale, so to speak? We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about just activity in general.
I like doing my grounding at the beach.
Yes, Miss Amy is a beach goer. She'd be fine to be dropped off there. So walks on the beach is your
That's
your favorite,
my grounding. I need
favorite?
some grounding.
Do you?
Yes.
I'm sure you do.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I need some trips scheduled.
Speaking of which, don't you have a special day coming up for long?
Oh, I do. So you're going to take me to the beach?
If that's what you want.
Can't wait. I need a little wild caught fish and some grounding.
That sounds good.
Sounds great, doesn't it?
Yep. 25 years. I don't know how she's done it. Almost. July 22nd. I remembered.
That is so good.
She's been putting up with me for 25 years. Our 25th wedding anniversary. So beach and grounding and seafood.
Sounds good. Only wild caught. Only wild caught.
Of course. Out of our Gulf of Mexico,
Gulf
also
of
known
America.
as Gulf of America.
The Gulf of America.
Yes. Okay. So, well, I have to get on that.
Yes.
I think we're planning what, the 18th?
Something like that.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to date this video, but yeah.
Not to date this video yet.
Okay, guys. Thanks so much for joining us on Thompson Essentials. Scott and Amy Thompson. We look forward to seeing you guys again and helping you again. Again, don't forget to post anything in the comments you like. We'll try to respond to it. And we'll also try to make a video based on any questions or recommendations that you have there. Been good seeing you, and thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.